Everywhere you look in Latin America, there's color, there's rhythm and chaos. It's human, it's messy, it's beautiful. But I keep wondering what happens to the mess when machines start making the music. When algorithms learn our rhythm, do we lose something or do we just find a new way to dance to reggaeton? We're living through this strange mix of awe and fear. Artificial intelligence is creeping into every corner of the creative world, reshaping how we work, think, and make. It's easy to feel threatened by it, so I've gathered some of the sharpest minds in advertising and design to cut through the noise to show how we can use these tools, not run from them. Because if we want to stay creative in this new world, we have to learn how to create with it.
Artificial intelligence.
It's a breakthrough in artificial intelligence.
Scary things with questionable results. As AI creeps deeper into our everyday work, it's no longer about resisting it, it's about learning how to live with it. But what does that even mean? What are its benefits and how do we unlock them without losing the human spark that makes creativity real?
We've pretty much burned through that first honeymoon period when we were like, this is great, everything's amazing. And now it's slop. Like, that's the word. And I think quicker than even I anticipated, people are saying, we've literally created a world where the bots are talking to the bots, and everything's for the bots. And so I think the culture pendulum has quickly swung back to the value of human creativity. That's going to be the rarest thing. And when you're left with what makes you human, I was like, what do we do better than machines? We love, we have empathy, we heal. We need a lot more healing in this world. I think there's going to be a new era of people realizing their human potential. In a way, it's a creative renaissance. In a way, people are now seeing the slop, and the true signal is something that is human. Like, even me with the writing, first the AI was really good. I don't know what I was like, oh my gosh, it's a better writer than me. And now I'm like, this is terrible.
So I think the issue now that companies are having is the fact that management has one idea about AI and maybe some kind of type of greedy idea, let's be honest. Well, the real team doing the job, they actually know the processes that go into doing their job. So yes, I use AI all the time, but would I be able to say that it has drastically changed the quality of strategy? And no. Did it save my time and my energy and my peace of mind? Yes. The big one is obviously the market research and competitive analysis. But it takes so much time, so much effort, so much energy, so much just painful time that I would rather spend on much more useful things that only I can do, like actually coming up with ideas, like actually keeping my creativity open, like, I don't know, getting inspiration from nature or whatever, releasing time for humans to actually lead other humans, teach other humans, build better systems with AI, actually innovate with AI. AI is not going to innovate. AI is not going to build something to grow. So that's the idea, like, management want to grow or no.
The rise of AI in our work has stirred up a lot of noise, and for good reason. Jobs are shifting fast, and a lot of what's being pumped out right now feels empty. But if we want to make it through this wave, we have to stop reacting and start preparing. What skills do we need to build to stay human, to stay sharp, and to keep our craft alive in a world where the lines between creator and machine keep blurring?
It's training. You can't give somebody a tool and expect them to immediately know how to use it perfectly. That to me is the crux of it. You can buy the technology. Nobody's investing in the change management or getting people to learn how to use it in the right way.
When you turn off GPS sometimes, right? And I'm like, wow, I really need to learn how to actually drive this street again. I just did that. I was back home in Virginia Beach. I was like driving to my dad's house. And I was like, why do I still have this on? Like, turn here. It makes me not see anything in the road. It makes me not look at any signals in the real world. And once I turned it off and just memorized it in my head, it just lit up different parts of my brain. And so hoping to stay connected to that. And I feel like we have to consciously detox or detach. Because it is so easy to just fall right into just tell me what to do, tell me what to say, and tell me what to think. Here in New York, I remember like the subways, it used to be everyone's head was like, face down on their phones. And now I've never seen more people reading books on the subway. To me, that's one signal where I'm like, I feel the depth, the craving that people have for original thinking and depth. And so I do think that's going to reshape our approach to AI, not from a technical perspective, but a mindset. How do we accept this as part of our landscape now, as part of what it's like to be human? I think that everyone right now should assume that everyone's using AI in some way or form. But as humans, we're still craving that self-expression and that authenticity.
So how do you start to unleash the power of AI? Obviously, we want to better understand what these tools can do for our work, but on a human level, what can it do for us?
A lot of the ways that I use ChatGPT is in the context of work and in building my business. So it has that perspective on everything that I've been trying to do there. And then I've also had it say, based on all of the information you know about me today, what do you think my weaknesses are? And I have in my system prompt on the back end to say that it has to be brutally honest with me. I did add to that prompt to say, like, don't hold your punches, I want to know. And I did find doing that exercise was actually pretty helpful to break down some of the patterns that, like, I think instinctively I know that I had, but it framed it in a different perspective and in a fairly neutral voice. I mean, I have a real therapist for that, but it was still interesting to be able to ask in the moment, especially from different contexts. And so it had a lot of thoughts on my degree of perfectionism and the way that I work with it that I just found really revealing about my personality and some of the things that I need to work on as a human.
It's interesting how it can make the human experience very fluid. To be able to imagine what it's like to be someone else, a different persona to try on. And I also think it'll be interesting to see how this plays out with generational trends, right? I'm an elder millennial and I have a very fixed point of the role of technology. But when I look at my nieces and nephews and people who are Gen Z and younger, they don't even see digital personas or avatars as being unreal, right? And so this notion of what's real, what's not, I think that's fascinating, like blurring the lines, and just being able to have multiple lives, right? Maybe that was the point of books before. I can read writing from someone else and live a different life in that way. And it's almost like we're taking that human instinct in such a more immersive way. And I feel like that's the next generation's playground to be in. I'll probably be like, what's happening, guys? Share what you drew. But the fluidity of that, I think the technology is matching the culture, and then the culture is dictating the technology. And so it's all coming from us, right? It's the mirror that's dangerous and attractive all at once.
When it comes to creative work, I really do believe that humans are designed to push further. I mean, we explored the world and then we created rocket ships to try to explore the universe. I believe that in the creative process, we're going to keep reaching for the feeling, that smile, that tear, whether we're writing music or writing a book. Sometimes artificial intelligence can do this for us, but right now it's most useful, in my point of view, for rapid exploration of ideas, lots of little mental sketches that still require a human mind and heart to turn them into something that might outlive the creator.